Light got it now.
It's showtime. Hello, everyone.
Are we live?
We are live.
Hey, everybody.
We are out in Corona.
Yes, we are. We've had an awesome day, haven't we?
Oh my gosh, we had a beautiful workshop.
It really was.
And we've launched Reclaim Haven today, which you guys are going to hear more about. A lot of workshops, and we're out here with a group of fabulous women that we just spent time empowering and working with. And Babette and her daughter's food was like crazy good.
Yeah, we catered the whole thing, Latrice and I, and it was amazing. And the ladies liked it. And the whole day has just been, the weather's been great. It's a beautiful home we're at, and everything is just perfect. I have not one complaint.
No, not at all.
No.
And I think when Tom comes on, if he comes on, he's going to say we're on the wrong side. Look.
Oh, are we on the wrong side? Should we switch?
Well, we'll wait for Tom. If he tells us we're on the wrong side, then we'll switch. Otherwise, we won't think about it.
Okay, so here we go.
Hello, Pamela and Corinne.
Is that
Karim and Sean? And people are logging in. The numbers are going up. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having a beautiful, blessed Sunday.
Oh, man, we're having an awesome guest today.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I'm so excited about these two people are like my family now. I've known them for quite a number of years, and they're doing an awesome service for the planet, actually. And I just can't wait for you guys to meet them. They've been on the show one other time.
A while ago.
A while ago.
But the cool thing about it is that you can never learn enough about juicing.
No, you can't.
Because there's so many misconceptions. And, I didn't even know that if you don't drink the juice within a certain amount of time, it's not good until the last time they were on the show.
Right.
And that if you put water or something or leave air, I forgot what it was. See? And I went back to listen to it and I was like, oh man, they're going to be on. I'm just going to ask again. That you hold it, it lasts a little bit longer. So there's just so many tips.
It's a way of life that we really all need to know about, because it provides us with so many nutrients without having to provide heat and do a whole bunch of that kind of stuff. But
Exactly.
You'll learn today.
So we're just going to let a few more people come on. Saint Vincent in the house. Wow. Okay. Hey, forgive Cole and Cynthia and William and Tina and Vieta. Hi to you all, guys. We always appreciate you coming on and saying hello. I don't see Tom yet, but he might come on, or maybe he's doing something today. Maybe there's a game. But we appreciate you all, and our numbers are still going up. But we want to thank you again. And somebody had mentioned on one of our on our YouTube channel that they had mentioned about us, said, let the guests talk. I guess we had cut them off at a certain point. Just understand that we don't cut you off to cut you off. Sometimes we have to keep it flowing. And also we have questions to get to. And, sometimes we can let a guest go and they could talk the whole show. And we have a format. So we try to be, respectful of making sure that our guests can say what they need to say. But we can also honor our audience and get some questions in or ask a question, because sometimes I'm asking your questions that are here. So we just want to let you know that, but we hope we're not kind of cutting out the best parts of what they have to say. And
if we cut anybody off, it's not been because we're being hateful. We do forgive you. We're just trying to, like she said, go with the flow. Hey, Judy B. Scales, how are you?
And I am Bast, Helen. Wow.
Julie,
and Neil, Wendy Lewis. I'm not sure about which name goes, how that is, but welcome all. But without further ado, go ahead, Babette and Jehoon.
Well, I'd like to welcome all of you to another episode of Sunday Bites and Tidbits. I'm Chef Babette. This is
Terrah
Bennett Smith, my co-host. And today we have two amazing people that we're going to introduce you to. They're two of my favorite people on the planet. And they are Steve and Julie Prussack.
Well, she just boxed that one.
I know. Steve and Julie Prussack. I'm trying to think, friends, best friends, the whole 9 yards. And they are owners of the Juice Guru Institute. And without further ado, I think we should just bring them out and get the show going. How about that?
We are. There
All
they
right,
go.
Great.
Hey, guys.
There they are.
Looking at you.
Look at Steve with this
What is that?
Kool-Aid.
Healthy Kool-Aid juice?
Yeah. Well, this was the juice they told us about.
Right.
When we were kids, right?
Oh, yeah.
When we were kids, right?
Yeah. We didn't do, in our household, we didn't do that much Kool-Aid.
You didn't do Kool-Aid?
Not a lot, no.
We did so much Kool-Aid. So much Kool-Aid.
We're not talking this today, though, are we, Babette?
No, we are not talking this today. Not at all.
No, let me get rid of that.
Get rid of
Oh, don't throw the Kool-Aid, man. Don't throw away the Kool-Aid, man.
No, he's good.
Fine.
Anyway,
thank you
for having us.
Thank you so much for having us back again.
Yes.
Oh, yes, for sure. People need to hear this, and they need to become juice gurus. As a matter of fact, I'm actually starting I got a thing going on where I need soldiers to help me heal the planet. And I know that juicing is one of the ways that we're going. So I need foot soldiers. I need everybody that can think about signing up and becoming a juice guru to become a juice guru. And it's actually for the health of our planet more than anything. We need to find another way to nourish ourselves.
That's right. We are recruiting leaders in the Juice Guru revolution. And
Talk it, Julie.
Nice.
Tell us about the program.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your program.
Go ahead, babe. So much to say.
So much to say. I mean, we're all about, the Juice Guru Institute is all about getting you healthy first. So it's all about getting you healthy and then helping you to set up your own business, something for yourself so that you can get the planet healthy. Much like you were saying, Chef Babette.
And, we started this 10 years ago. Actually, Chef Babette was one of our first practitioners to get certified as a juice therapist. And since that time, this summer, we reached our 1,000 and plus enrolled certified juice guru who's now doing.
Wow, that's great.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Continue. Go ahead.
Now, I would say the most exciting part is really launching new businesses in wellness and helping so many people. So every time we bring someone in as a certified juice therapist, it's like exponentially helping the planet.
Well, they say my life's transformed and now I'm ready to step out and transform other lives because of the method we teach. And it's not just us. We brought in some of the best doctors, nutritionists, health experts that are writing the books, leading this since the 70s, 80s, working with clients, cancer doctors. I mean, it wasn't just the world according to Steve and Julie.
Right.
Wow.
That was important.
So so you said you've been doing this 10 years, the business of it. How did it all get started? It was just like, we're going to certify other people. Like, what happened to make you want to go down that route?
I got a couple of book deals, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Juice Fasting, because I was doing my own juice fasting. I was working with the juice man. Do you remember that guy with the bushy eyebrows, Jay Kordich?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know anyone out there. Type in the box if they remember the juice. I don't know that everyone does, you guys.
No, yeah, we remember.
I remember.
Okay.
That's right. His
Some
eyebrows
people,
are famous.
Julie didn't. She never watched those
I didn't watch
infomercials,
it,
but he
now I
inspired
know
me.
Jay, of course.
And he and I became partners. And part of what I did with him, he died at the age of 93 a few years back, but part of that was launching the School of Juicing with him. And then when we did that, I was like, juice therapy is such a vast area. And what if we were to bring in all these doctors and leaders to educate people on the benefits of juicing, how to use juice therapeutically? And then my business background was like, well, how can I show them how they can make a living out of it?
Ah, okay.
That's how it kind of came about, right?
Wow.
Okay.
That's
And
right.
so when they go through your program and then they're done, they get
What all do they learn?
this certification, what all do they learn and how do they, what do they do to launch getting business and all that? I mean, getting business for themselves. How, because that seems like such an uphill feat. When you're done, it's like, okay, now I got to get people to do what? To buy my juices, to go through my program? What is it?
Well, there's two roads people go. They go as therapists. So people become health coaches, specializing in juicing, helping to lead people through juice cleanses, helping them to get into that juice a day habit.
Because the program's accredited through the CMA and the American Association of Drugless Practitioners. So you're able to get a pretty vast background in nutrition so that you can be a health coach and have both degrees. You'll be a certified juice therapist and a holistic health practitioner through the AADP. That's the one route. But then
the other route is a lot of people just decide to either, like Chef Babette, add juicing to your restaurant or to your yoga studio, or to start up your own juice truck or juice bar. So
or juice delivery right out the car, like we call it.
Yeah,
that's
especially,
nice.
especially now, you know.
Yes,
that's right. That's
we
right.
call it the Uber of juicing, basically, you know.
And what we really teach in the program is the Juice Guru method, which is not just, it's very important to periodically do a juice cleanse. So our medical advisory board says 4 times a year for about a week or more, every single year, but also to transition into making a lifestyle change. So drinking every day, making juice a habit. And there are so many studies that people don't know about, where just by drinking 1 juice a day, just adding it to your diet, how much that helps you from your brain to your heart to your entire body, losing weight, everything.
But it's on an empty stomach. We're drinking that juice on an empty stomach. We're not combining it with a meal. You want to separate it out so it gets absorbed better into the body.
And you said any particular kind of juice would you recommend if someone had to, you know, get that 1 juice in a day? What you would say probably a green juice, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would.
We say mix it up. You know, a lot of times
That's
when
true.
people think of juices, they think, ugh, that's going to be earthy or grassy.
Especially that,
but juices can be sweet and they can be spicy and they
can be savory.
Savory, right? From having celery, which has natural sodium.
So mixing it up keeps you on track. You get bored of the same juice every day. But we like to mix it up. And the fruit juices are more cleansing. The green juices are more building. So depending what your diet is, sometimes a fruit juice can be a little too detoxifying.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
So, and there are different juices for different, like if you're having some stomach issues or if you're having, are there certain things like you would suggest someone to stay away from? Because someone called me this morning, they were having a really bad allergy to cats. And I said, maybe go get, you know, taking maybe a green juice. I don't know why I thought that would make sense. But I was like, that sounds like something that might kind of build up your system and get it kicking in. I said, I don't know what I'm talking about. But would there be like a juice for someone who's having allergic reaction to something?
Well, you know what's really good for asthma is apples. So if you just juice some apples, you make that the base of your juice, that's going to help you with anything having to do with asthma or respiratory. But
they're typing now. They're saying, what about the sugar? I don't know that they're saying that, but I know people are worried about sugar in juices. And that's always something we teach about too. Do you want to mention that?
Yeah, I mean, we do recommend, we do drink some fruit juices every week, but mostly we like the green juices with like a cucumber, celery base. But don't be afraid of the sugar. Most fruits are low glycemic. There's only a few that are medium glycemic, and they tend to be the tropical types of fruits like mango, papaya, things like that. But an apple is a low glycemic. Plus, not all sugars are the same.
Plus the phytonutrient in the apples, remember?
Right? Why don't you?
Well, there's a phytonutrient in the apples that actually, there's a blood sugar regulator in the apple. A lot of the misconceptions about juicing and fruit came because of the studies. They were based on pasteurized juices. They weren't based on cold-pressed, fresh juice from a juicer, which is different than, you know, my friend, hey guy.
Here comes
Babette's like,
that's not even juice. That's just coloring.
I read her mind.
But it's true, because it's the difference between a whole food and a food that has been processed. So juice from a cold pressed juicer is not processed. And so all the phytonutrients still come through in the juice, and it's magic.
Well, I mean, not processed. I mean, it's processed through a juicer. But it's different than baked and through the other overcooked. The
pasteurization.
What's that? Yeah,
pasteurize it.
They're adding the minerals and vitamins back into those juices because they're so denatured.
I do apples in most of my green drinks all the time. It's rare that I do savory green.
Yeah, I
like
couldn't
them.
do savory.
Yeah,
no.
I like them palatable and sweeter. And that's the way I drink them. And I have been. Now I can lay back and not make them as sweet, but I always use some type of a fruit in my juice. And my preferred fruit is pineapple and pineapple and apples and oranges. I also enjoy juicing yams a lot. I love the taste of a juiced yam. So I don't have problems with the sugar necessarily. Now my daughter has challenges with some diabetes, but she can still drink the same juices that I drink, and they don't seem to bother her at all in terms of spiking.
It's that idea of live food, live bodies, live
Yeah.
enzyme-rich food is just different than anything you buy in the store. Even the stuff on the shelf, even the high-pressure process that's, they call it cold press.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about cold press.
Yeah. You want to?
Yeah, cold press is different. Cold press is through a juicer, a slow juicer. And so that kind of juice that comes right out of the juicer can stay on a shelf sometimes between 24 hours and 3 days.
Yes, that's true.
But the ones you're seeing in the store that are just in your regular supermarket, those are high pressure process. So in addition to coming out of maybe a cold press juicer, then they go under this, they get submerged in water and there's a high pressure at them so that they can last a really long time. But think about it. If something can last 45 days on a shelf,
There you go.
it's pretty far removed
It's
from
very scary.
natural whole food.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
It's a step up from the kinds of juices that
exactly.
that they're adding the nutrients back in. It's a step up. It's a continuum. What's the best thing we can put in our body? Smoothies are great too. But when we're talking about healing the human body and taking it to the next level, there's nothing like taking that pulp out and juicing to get that in your body. It's next level. But smoothies are great too. And we love them, right?
we do.
Yeah.
And so what happens then if with the smoothies versus juicing, when you're leaving the fiber in the juice, in terms of the nutrients reaching the cellular level, isn't it a lot slower when we're talking about smoothies versus juicing?
Yes.
Because you still have to go through a digestive process. Yes.
That's a lot for your body to handle. The blender takes away, from a scientific, the mastication, but we're still left to digest. The juicer takes away the mastication, digestion, where it gets easily assimilated through the villi to feed the organs on a deeper level. And that's why we're doing it on an empty stomach, because we're not combining it to slow the absorption. We want to get absorbed into our body. And a lot of people are constipated. Over 90% of disease, over 90% of disease comes from constipation. According to Arnold Ehret and some of the work that he did. And so we want to, part of it is cleansing 4 times a year, trying to get our colons clean enough so that we can really absorb this food, the food we're eating, the food we're drinking. And really the juicing really helps people crave more of that plant-based food. Right, Julie?
Yes, that's another reason. We see it as a really good bridge between what people normally eat and more of a plant-based diet. So,
your parents, for example, their blood work. Talk about their blood work.
My parents eat a standard American diet, but for the last, I would say 3, maybe 4 years, they have been drinking daily juice every single day. So this is a great example of just adding a juice, not even
taking away the meat or the other.
My father's
dairy.
81 and my mother's 76 or something close to that, and both of them have perfect blood work now. So
and that's just from juicing.
Big.
At that age, and that's just from juicing.
And it was just adding a juice, because everything else stayed the same. Everything else.
And they're just eating the same American diet, but adding the juice.
But rather than a heavy breakfast of bacon, eggs, French toast, they're having the juice first thing. And so that's what's been making the difference. So,
and they have apples in their juice too. They always have apples to sweeten it. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, when I first got introduced from Steve to juicing, when we reunited 12 years ago, because we were high school sweethearts, and 20 years we took off.
Isn't that wild?
I know. I remember that story.
Cute.
he was
that's
drinking green juice, and I was like, ew, I am not going to drink that. And for
funny.
the longest time, it had to be sweet, it had to have apples, and now I really do prefer my juice to be just green.
Savory.
She said, "What's that? You scraped that off the sidewalk? That green juice? You put that?"
Where'd you get
sewer.
that? Where'd you get that?
And how do we inspire? I just did what I was doing, and she started to ask questions. I didn't say, "You need to do this," you know.
I wouldn't have been 52, and I feel really great, today.
And you're beautiful, Julie. You're so beautiful, honey.
Well, I'm trying to be on track to be you, Babette. But
you are just.
We have a question. What type of juice do your parents drink in the morning?
What type? Is it a green drink that your parents drink in the morning?
I call it the kitchen sink drink. I don't recommend it because they just want to get everything in. So I know they have apples in it, celery, they have kale, spinach, lemon. I'm not sure what they have, but they just throw everything.
Corn on the cob.
Yeah, they throw a couple of steaks in there.
But a great way to get your juice without having to put an apple if you don't want to, or if you're on the border of diabetic, although a lot of people have cured diabetes by drinking juice.
How can I become certified?
Oh, and then I'll say that.
Babette, you want to give your link?
Yeah, you can go straight to my link, lovechefb.com.
Okay.
Now that link will take you to the open house where you'll get a discount on our summer enrollment and a special bonus that we don't have available. That's just through Babette's link that we have that special offer, though. So you can watch a webinar. It's an open house, and we explain the program and everything you're getting as part of it.
And the cool thing about juicing, and especially when you're in areas where the weather stays pretty cool, and especially when we have these, we used to have outdoor events where
they're kind of back now.
I mean, have you ever think about getting yourself a little truck or something and setting it up for juicing and go out to these events and sell fresh juice, instead of garbage,
We're trying to teach that, how to market it, how to reach more people, how to stand out, all those things. That's my passion. I love teaching that part.
That's right. The program makes you an expert. It's designed to be done within 5 weeks so that you can quickly get certified. Steve mentioned the 2 major organizations that do accredit our program. And then it's designed to help you, give you business tools so you can go out there and you can set up that juicing truck. I think it's a great idea. Very popular right now, and certainly to have something as healthy as juice.
Work your way up. Start with the juice delivery right out your car, the Uber of juicing.
I love that too. That is really good. Right now, you can do that. That's wonderful.
Very easily.
A lot of our therapists do that.
What? Lovechefb.
Lovechefb.com.
It bounced back on a few of them.
I love that link. Lovechefb.com.
So someone is asking, what juices do you recommend when you strength train?
The green juices for that.
Yeah. I drink a lot of green juices for strength training. A lot of green.
We can tell you the template where the juice guru template
we can
recipe.
We have it on our website. It's free. It's a poster. It's our template recipe. It's a green juice. There's no sugar in it, and it's you can make like over 70 to 80 different combinations with this one printable recipe. It's a juice.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
70. Wow. That's good.
That's worth checking out.
Is it, because some people kind of, like you were saying, who was saying that somebody goes overboard and they put a lot, you were talking about your parents. But was there for people transitioning, some people transition to juicing, beside the fact that it can be time consuming until you get your rhythm down, or depending on the kind of juice you have. But what would you recommend as a good staple that we can get a lot of nutrients, a juice for someone who's transitioning into trying to become a juicer?
I have a good one that I brought my son. He's now 15. He's been drinking juice since he was 3.
Wow.
And his favorite juice, and we've really evolved it over time, but it was just apples. So Fuji apples are really good for juicing, any kind of juicy apple. And then you can get that the triple wash spinach, baby spinach and just
Mhm.
throw them in by the handful. It's really easy to do that. And a little bit of lemon. So you just take the outer rind, the yellow rind out, leave the white pith on, and then cut up some of that in there. And that's a very simple, easy juice. And you can start to finish from prep to clean up. You can do that in 15 minutes.
Depends
And what-
on the juicer you have. I
Right.
mean, not all juicers are easy to clean like the ones we have. You're just used to that now.
That's true. That's true. And plus, you got to get used to your juicer. But that's a really easy
Well,
one.
By the way-
recommend a juicer.
By the way, we've got that up. We've got your juicer fixed.
Thank you, dear.
Which is
Well, I remember before you guys recommended a juicer that was easier to clean up and did some really good. And this is something I remember, but I don't really remember all the details. When you said that determining on the juicer you get will determine something, and I forgot what it was. Like different juicers,
Yes.
it's just you just don't have a juicer to have a juicer. You get a specific juicer for particular reasons. Can you elaborate on that?
They like the way that it moves slow. Yeah,
No,
explain
it has
to them
something
about-
to do with also how it either how long it lasts or how long it juices, so
Yes.
that something like that.
And I will add that if you're in the program, we have a buyer's club, so you get discounts, wholesale pricing on all juicing equipment. So if anyone's thinking about, well, maybe I'll get certified, don't hold out on your juicery. We do that so that our practitioners can get commercial equipment or get juicers to upgrade their own kitchen or help their clients out. So we give that through TriBest.
And I've got a Slow Star TriBest juicer that I love. And what I love about it the most is, now we use a big industrial juicer at Stuff I Eat, but at home I'm using the Slow Star TriBest. What I love about it is how dry the pulp comes out. It really extracts the juice. You get so much for your money.
Yes.
I've lost money using the industrial juicer at Stuff I Eat, especially if the blades are dull. I can lose so much money because my pulp is wet.
But it's just like Terrah's saying, that commercial juicer that it's typical speeds, it spins very fast, oxidizes the juice, lots of oxygen. So you've got to drink that juice within 15 minutes.
Yes.
With the Slow Star now, you've got 24 hours, sometimes more, but we say 24 hours to drink that juice. With an Elite, which is the horizontal one, that one up to 3 days, 72 hours. Why? It rotates much slower. It's sort of like chewing, but plus it has some other technology in it, bioceramic and magnetic technology in the juicer that holds the integrity of the juice together. And that's why we recommend TriBest, because they've been doing this for the longest out of any of the juicing companies, and they're really committed to making the best equipment. And that's what we offer our practitioners.
It doesn't matter which TriBest juicer, or just...
Well, I have the Slow Star. That one is working really well for me.
The Slow Star is great if for your own personal use, if you're a beginner juicer especially, because it's extremely versatile. So it will juice the soft fruits really well. It'll also juice your greens pretty well. It's pretty efficient with everything. It's also very easy to clean, and there's not that many parts. So for those reasons, and plus it comes with a really long warranty. But for all those
10
reasons,
to 12 years, depending, 10 to 12 year warranty. So like,
10 to 12 year warranty?
Yeah, like so Chef Babette, something happened with her juicer. I was like, let me just contact them. Let's get a new piece. And we did. And she'll get that when she comes to the Institute.
And it's, I'm sorry, I was trying to type, my computer was going slow. You said TriBest.
Best.
TriBest, TriBest.
TriBest.
Like,
Wow.
Not to
And
say
I have the Slow Star TriBest.
Like there's a Norwalk juicer. They call that the Mercedes of juicing. It's a two-step juicer. It was developed by Norman Walker back in the 30s. It's a $2,600 machine. I had one. But once I got to juice the TriBest Elite, which is their top-end juicer, at a fraction of the price I paid for that, I ended up selling my Norwalk because it made the same quality juice that lasted up to 3 days. 3 days is the limit, though. Like no matter what cold press juicer you have, you can't really go beyond 3 days before it starts breaking down, maybe developing some harmful bacteria and things like that. So you have to be careful.
You have to be careful, and you have to know your juicer and how long your juice is going to last from your juicer. And it will say that in the instruction.
A Jack LaLanne $99 juicer, you get what you pay for, but you have to drink that juice right away. Plus, you lose money in your bills because, like Babette said, it's not efficient.
No, and that's what I don't like. I don't like it when the pulp is wet and you lose money.
That's what you're realizing, right? You spend less on the machine, but you lose money in developing a juicing habit that's really going to give you the, because you'd have to chew the vegetables and fruit up to what, 2,600 times.
Wow, yeah. And who does that?
You want a good juicer. And so your body's like, wow, I would never get this in my body if I tried eating.
No, it's
this is a good question here. They want to know how often should you cleanse with juicing, and should it always be at least a week?
Great question.
That would be for you, I think.
Oh, is that for me?
Yes.
So
the
Juice Guru Institute, and based on Dr. Thomas Lodi, Dr. Gabriel Cousins, Dr. Stephen Bailey, Dr. Joel Furman, Dr. Joel Kahn, the doctors writing the books about these things. And they don't agree on everything. And by the way, we're bringing in Professor Spira to teach about the
love Spira.
Yeah.
Spira, and also about Dr. Sabi. And what they talked about with juicing. But anyway, to answer that question, they all agree 4 times a year, preferably with the changing seasons, and typically 7 to 10 days within that time frame. And you can go deeper and deeper. How? If you're just starting out, a lot of green juices during the cleanse. Work your way up to more fruit juices. It's more detoxifying. Your body has to be ready for that, though.
That's right.
Because you'll experience detox symptoms, healing crisis, flu-like symptoms. And then eventually a lot of water in there. The more water, the more we're cleansing. So can you do a 7-day water fast? Not unsupervised, especially if you're just starting out. But this habit really works you up to incorporating more water into your cleansing. You want to say something?
Yeah, but it's very important what you do between your cleanses too. So sometimes I cleanse for 3 days. Sometimes I can do a little bit more, but I'm not as great as Steve is. But
well, not great. It's just discipline, and I've been doing it a lot longer than Julie.
But the important thing is, a lot of people out there who don't know what they're doing might lead you through a cleanse and then say, okay, now go ahead and go back to your normal habits. And then when you feel like you're gaining some weight, just go ahead and juice again.
Yes.
And that yo-yoing up and down and with your health and with your weight, that is not good for you. So that's why you should take the opportunity when you do cleanse to start to get that habit going in your body, so that you're going to be juicing every day in between and maybe changing some of the habits.
I'm not here to diss anyone, but I will say that was really the impetus for this. There were a lot of leaders coming forward and saying they were juicing experts and really teaching people harmful practices. And that was really why I did this. I was like, we need people that they have a credential, that they know it works based on years of work, not just I did a few cleanses, now I'm an expert.
Right.
Well, I want to address the question. Paula just asked a question. Can you talk about wheatgrass juice? I tried, but it's too hard on my stomach. And I just like to interject. Whenever I do wheatgrass always makes you feel a little weird when you first take it down. But I noticed the cleaner I was, the less I felt the nausea. And the nausea was always whenever I was dirty.
I also had a question about wheatgrass, because I'm allergic to grass. So I've always been kind of, concerned that if I had it, then I would start my runny nose and my hay fever.
What you're probably allergic to more than grass, do you think maybe it could be products that the grass has grown through, or?
I don't know. All I know is when they cut it in or I'm around it, I start to sneeze.
But
so.
Have you
tried wheatgrass?
I think I have a thing in my brain because I've always been so sneezy and sick whenever it says grass in it. Even like smoking weed grass, I won't even smoke weed grass.
Now, I think it's a bit different, though. I don't think I've never heard that. What do you guys think? Your juice?
The difference is this: with the allergy, my son is allergic to grass. It's a pollen
Yes, a pollen thing.
Something that reacts differently in your body.
It is different. We have a training in the program from the Sprout Man, the legendary Sprout Man, who we lost a few years back, but all about wheatgrass and the benefits. And it is one of the most powerful things. We don't drink enough wheatgrass, but as long as you're getting the juice in your body, and you don't have to go to that extreme. Babette, how often are you drinking wheatgrass?
Well, I mean, you know, I don't mind a couple of shots of whenever Ron buys a tray of wheatgrass, then, you know, bring me a couple of 2-ounce shots and I take them down like it's nothing. I'm talking about when I first was introduced to wheatgrass, I would drink it and feel the nausea, but I hadn't been juicing. I was still pretty dirty at the time.
When she says
dirty old lady.
Dirty for me is when my gut health is not the way it should be. That's dirty to me. But since then, I've cleaned myself up. Yes. But let me share this with you. Since this last cleanse, I went kind of hard on this one. Do you know my eye is not tearing anymore? And I had my right eye would tear to the point that I did a photo shoot one time. And I have tears coming out of my eye in the photo shoot. My eye teared almost all day. And it would be that way. Every morning I got up, my eye would tear till about noon or so. I'm constantly just tears. After this last cleanse, my eye has stopped tearing.
I'm telling you, 26 years, I cleansed maybe 3-4 times a year. Not, you know, consistent. Earlier on, it was once a year maybe, but and I still get benefits. The body has so much to heal. It's amazing. And Terrah, you could expect that if you begin the juicing habit and the cleansing and the daily juicing, that you probably at one point will reverse that
allergy. Yeah. Well, that's what happened with most of my food, because I had severe allergies before I changed my diet back in whatever 1970 something 80, and I don't have allergies, and I may not even still have it to grass. But I think somewhere in the back of my head, when somebody invites me to a picnic, I can't sit on grass. So I haven't even tried it. But in my mind, it was so severe back when I had allergies that now I don't even want to be near anything that reminded me of how painful it was. So I actually have to go lay on some grass and see what happens. Now, I get the same thing with hay, though. I do know when I go to like pumpkin things, I immediately, when hay takes me out.
I grew up on junk food. I used to eat Duncan Hines frosting out by the there, and I smoked cigarettes, and I lived in a fraternity house in college, and it was during one of my first cleanses that nicotine came out the tip of my fingers. Like it opened up and nicotine started pouring out. I had given up cigarettes like 7 years before, cardio in the gym.
Wow.
And that stuff was still in my tissue. So why am I passionate about it? Because I had to experience it. So anything you hear about juicing, why don't you try it for yourself and then see the miraculous healing that happens? That's what really made me a convert, I'll say.
It kind of made me a convert too, Steve. Yeah, just doing it. Doing it.
That's right.
I didn't read about it. I had to do it.
The immediate benefits that you feel is you feel this energy level. Like you do that immediately upon just drinking a juice. So it's pretty immediate that you start to feel differences in your body. And then the more you do it, the better you feel. And for women in particular, I want to say it really helps to balance your hormones. So, I've gone through changes and things of that nature, and I don't have the same symptoms of menopause or, before that, every month. It's very different from my friends. So I find that it really does balance your hormones as well. It's a really great benefit.
Wow, yeah. I get into, and I think my most challenge with juicing is just the process, because I'm always like, I got to get up and move. So, but then I'll go on a stretch where I'll just juice, and I'm feeling great. And then one thing will throw me off my schedule again, because now my mornings, I have to be out at a certain time. And then the idea of, oh God, I got to juice. And then I fall off the wagon. It's like, and then I got to pick it up again. But this inspired me, because I know Babette has been juicing all week, but I'm inspired to juice again. So I think tomorrow I'm going to have to start juicing again.
And don't beat yourself up. We're all human. and life
Yeah.
gets
Never
in the
beat
way.
yourself up.
The gift is that you can get back on it. You can start daily juicing. You can try a cleanse, and you have something you can always go back to. This is something everyone needs to do right now, all over the planet, and that's why the practitioners are taking off. They're not talking enough about build your immune system naturally. They're saying other things, and we're saying, how about this? How about some fruits and vegetables like we knew all along, right?
Right, exactly.
That's why it needs to be a movement. That's why everyone needs to put this in their arm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
mouth.
you.
In your
Love
mouth.
that.
Enough said.
Love that.
Enough
Love
said.
it.
Drop the
There
mic
you
on
go.
that one.
And your
Drop
mouth
the
too. If you
mic.
can put it in your mouth, do whatever you want to.
Right.
Love
Like
it.
green juice. So
Love it.
someone says Nama is a hood juicer costing $400. Wheatgrass requires a special juicer.
Yeah, it has to go real slow. Wheatgrass juicer. It's real
Nama,
slow.
actually, they want to show me. They have a new juicer coming out. They're telling me it's hands-off juicing. I'm like, what's that?
Where the heck is that?
I don't know, but I'll let you
another
know.
one that
There was
like
another
that
one
said
like that, Juicero.
and
It
that
was,
did not-
what
that
was
did
it
not-
like? The Coothings? Right?
Yeah, like the
No,
is that
no.
what it's not
The coffee thing.
that
you know,
coffee thing where you put the little
where you put the little pouch in, and
yeah.
that was
Oh, really?
yeah.
No,
And I met the
no.
CEO of the company, and they took me
Turns
out.
out it wasn't real.
And well, it's
It
not
was
that
real,
it was.
it didn't work like they said it would.
Yeah.
So what they were saying, what do you put something in a pouch? Like your vegetables in a pouch?
They sold pouches.
They sold pouches. You would subscribe to it, and it would squeeze it. Nothing to clean up. You know, you bought this $400 juicer, and then you found out later that if you just squeeze the pouch with your hand, it works just as well. So they went out of business.
Yeah,
And I was happy I didn't endorse
Here's
them.
Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy
Hey,
Mac.
Jimmy Mac. Okay, so let's see. We have another question here. I think I saw something. No, I don't know. Maybe I was in my head. Oh, yes, your energy level goes up, mental clarity, reduce inflammation. I'm sorry, my son. Take that for a second.
I don't know what the rest of that question was going to be.
But I'll say
some of the benefits.
the brain fog, the clarity of thought, the energy. Yeah, it's all of it. There's so many gifts to it that we can't even mention them all in one. You know, you just got to, you're trying to lose weight, fine, but you're going to sleep better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to clear the brain fog.
It's alkalizing, it's detoxifying, it's anti-inflammatory. These are all the things that cause disease.
You smell better. You smell better. You know, the cleaner you get, you wake up with good breath. I don't know that I've gotten there yet. You can ask her about that.
Oh, you guys are wild. You know that?
So, but what a waste of all that beautiful pulp. Is there anything we can do with the pulp so as to not waste it? That's why I prefer smoothies, no waste. Of course, you could take pulp and make desserts and...
Well, then ask her.
Well, Chef Babette could speak to that because we wrote a book called Juice Guru, Transform Your Life by Adding One Juice a Day. It's all about adding one juice a day. And Chef Babette wrote recipes for the pulp.
So not only is she an educator in the program, we brought her back to teach people about motivation, how to stay young and healthy like her, but also she contributed to our best-selling book, which did hit #1 on Amazon, and it's a 5-star rated book. And she contributed all these amazing
beet burgers and
pulp recipes,
using beet pulp and carrot pulp for carrot cakes and
carrot tuna.
Carrot on tuna.
That's one thing. Some of the other things easier if you're not going gourmet. We'll take it. We can use it in a stir fry. A little bit coconut oil. You put in the pulp. Put in your protein, and you're good. Some tempeh.
Never even thought about that.
And we use it in our sometimes to amp up the dog food. Our dogs are so
There
healthy.
you go.
Is another great use of the pulp. It's not a waste. We find great uses. You can compost as a last resort, but so many great things you can do with that pulp.
But understand too this. That's fine that you don't want to waste pulp, but juicing is so amazing because the benefits to juicing reach the cellular level immediately versus blending. Sorry. So I want to get the most benefits from my juicing experience, and it's juicing. It's not blending, and that's fine. You don't want to waste the pulp, but maybe I don't want to waste apple seeds either. But the bottom line is, I want the most out of my juicing experience in terms of nutrients that I can possibly get, and by consuming the pulp, I'm going to have to take that through a digestive process. Now, because I don't have a blocked up colon, that it will probably digest just fine. But I know through the process, if you're blocked up, you're going to lose a lot of the nutrients during the digestive process. So for me, keeping the pulp is not as important as getting the nutrition from the juice.
And then
That's just me personally.
You crave more plant foods. So when she says, well, who's that, Ayana? Where all the fiber is, we start
That was my question.
You know, we're not saying give up fiber. The fiber moves our body along once it's operating right.
Right.
So we're just saying.
But I can eat an apple. I can eat an apple and get fiber. I can eat broccoli and get fiber. If I want to juice and get nutrients, I'm juicing. I'm separating the fiber from my juice.
And that's why Steve was saying we recommend one juice a day on an empty stomach. And the reason why is because it gets through your body within 15 minutes and you start to incorporate into your cells on a cellular level all of that nutrition. Now, if you're eating anything or even drinking a smoothie, you've got all that fiber. It's going to take just through the stomach 2 hours to get through the stomach for digestion. And then it has to go through the colon. So all of that, you're not going to be absorbing as much.
And that's taxing. That's a lot to ask your body. You would never sit there and eat enough that you generate in that smoothie and say, okay, let's digest this. It's a lot. That's why we use smoothies sparingly. There's a role, but we're talking about next level health. Right. We're talking about, this is something we could come up with a million reasons not to do it. But what we should do is keep an open mind and maybe experience it and see what that brings.
Right. 2 reasons to remove the fiber. On a daily juice, you take it out so that you're getting those nutrients first thing in the morning. It's at a cellular level, and eat your fiber. We definitely advocate for a whole food, high fiber diet. When you're cleansing, you want to not be taking anything in and digesting, because digesting takes most of our energy in our day. And so if you're taking that out and just getting out of the way of your body is going to heal on a level you've never experienced.
Well, we're killing ourselves with our forks. You got to give your poor body a break. Get out of the way. Stop eating. Leave me alone already. That's what cleansing allows us, though. And
leave me alone already.
It's true, though. It's so.
Well, what
it's
happens?
so
Your
true.
body answers back. It says, "Wow, thank you. Now I could heal that duct in Babette's eye because she's been so busy eating. I never had a chance to get to that." It's sort of like you cut your arm, it heals, and we don't really wonder the miracle. It's a miracle. We're just getting out of the way. We're not, God. We're just saying, get out of the way. Let your body heal. It's miraculous, and Babette knows it because she's been there. Look at her.
Really been there.
Well, for the beginners, what do you recommend? How do you get started on a budget? Now, we know that they can come to your site and also learn a lot about juicing, or is the Institute just for people who want to be certified, or do you have programs for people who just want to learn how to get started with juicing?
Well, we do. If you go to juiceguru.com, there's a lot of information for beginners just to learn how to juice.
And tons of recipes and all kinds of free resources. You go to the top of the page, it says freebies. That has everything that people love that. It's probably the most popular part of the site.
Yeah.
Just grab some of those juicing recipes. And for a juicer on a budget, what I would say is the Shine Juicer. It's $150. So it's, around the cheapest is what, a Jack LaLanne, $100.
Yeah.
It's a little $50 more, but it's cold press. It's the lowest cost. It's like your Slow Star, Babette. It's a cheaper version, or let's just say less expensive.
Less expensive.
The parts aren't as great as that juicer. So it's the place to start because it's still cold pressed juice, and that's what we're saying.
That's right. And also we do say, for example, you can go to a Costco or a Buyer's Club. And I would suggest to people who are juicing on a budget and just getting started to go there and get your apples in bulk, get the triple wash spinach I talked about earlier in bulk there, and just make really easy juices to start. And that's a really great way to do it on a budget too.
And I suggest, you want to read that question?
Oh, should I only juice with organic fruits and vegetables?
I do.
And it is recommended. Here's the thing, there's no official studies on it. When we look back through the literature, Dr. Norman Walker talked about this. He said, and he felt that the pesticides would be stuck in the fiber and extracted through the juice. Is it true? We don't have studies to really show it. Our advisory board does recommend organic as much as possible, or adhering to the Clean 15 or Dirty Dozen. We've got an article on our website. If you do a search, Clean 15, Dirty Dozen, we have a whole article on what exactly that is, what you can have, what you shouldn't. The Dirty Dozen are the things that are just so sprayed that you don't want to juice them.
Yeah.
But at least the Clean 15, if it's not organic, adhere to those items. That's the recommendation. But as organic as possible.
Because remember, when you're juicing, one of the major benefits is you could never eat the platter of food that you eat through a juicer. So remember, you're concentrating all of those.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you want to be careful.
I don't even eat strawberries if they're not organic. I won't eat grapes if they're not organic. So why would I juice those things?
Yeah.
You understand?
Agreed, but we don't want it to be a barrier for those that can't.
Right, they can't. Right.
Living in an area that they don't have. It's a food desert. We should mention that we're actually in a drive right now. We're trying to reach 100 practitioners for fall enrollment, and we're donating. It's the goal being
$10,000
to Why Hunger, which helps to feed the impoverished communities on this planet, the food deserts, the people that don't have access to even conventional fruits and vegetables.
Right.
So that's part of our mission. Just like you guys, we just want to have more impact in the work we're doing.
Their mission,
Okay.
So they're our partner, because their mission is nutrition is a basic human right, and we believe that.
Wow. Yeah.
But
I don't feel my apple.
Like even, some documentaries where he wasn't even using organic and he lost a lot of weight. He saw results even not even using organic, but it's the next level. But like Dr. James Sheridan always told me, he said, I'd rather people juice conventional produce than not juice at all. That just can't afford organic. I'd rather they're going to see benefits. So it's better than
nothing. The juicing in general.
Organic.
And what about peeling your apple? And someone said you're supposed to take out the seeds
and stuff. I don't peel my apples.
But are you supposed to take out the seeds?
They have a gas. Seeds.
Yeah, there's arsenic in apple seeds.
Yeah,
it's low level. Yeah. So the advisory was children and senior citizens might not want to consume those the apple seeds.
Well, I'm a senior citizen. I'm a senior citizen, and I have ingested apple seeds.
Okay, I'm going to pop this question up here. It's very long, but it's
definitely, please juice the skin of the apple.
Skin.
Okay, so juice the skin if you can't take out the seeds. Now, there's a very long question. I can't read it to know if it's something. But it's going to cover up all of our faces. So hold on for 1 second while I read it. Okay. May I ask what the longest length of time to juice? 2 months ago, I broke my ankle, cannot walk now. I'm confined to a manual wheelchair for now. I have a major amount of weight to lose, so my body weight is lighter whenever I'm able to walk again. This injury may be the driving force to help me with my current transformation. Meanwhile, I'm at home functioning on one leg and foot, taking care of myself. I do actively exercise, and I've been vegan for many years. Okay. So the question is, I think, how long should I juice?
I mean, some of the things we want to know is, has this person done juice cleansing before?
Right.
We're not going to jump in and do a 30-day or 60-day juice cleanse if we've never done it before. It's something we want to gradually work our way up to a longer-term juice cleanse. And also, if we're doing the green juice versus the fruit juice and how much detoxifying, but we, basically, right? They say it's the 7 to 10 days, don't they?
And I think that's the point. The point is just get on the program, get on the juicing program, start the Juice Guru method, try your first juice cleanse, see how long you can go between 3 to 7 or 10 days. Definitely try
and
to
then follow up with the daily juice. Remember, 3 months down the road, you're going to do another cleanse. Get yourself in that pattern, and you're going to have phenomenal results. That's what we've seen.
And it's nice to hear that you're vegan already, because that would be the optimal diet. But try to make it a very healthy vegan diet. Try to up your whole food intake.
Yeah, she just said, or he, I'm not sure. It says happier leisure. Yes, I have done it before. Queen Afua's program. So they have juice.
I like, I was following Chef Babette's cleanse a little bit, and she jumped in not knowing how long she was going to go. I like the idea also of jumping in and really becoming more intuitive, listening to our body, sort of seeing when real hunger surfaces again. The first 3 days of a cleanse are the hardest. That's when you'll have some of the cravings for food. Once you're in 4, 5, 6 days in, you don't really crave food. And then you'll kind of know when that tongue starts kind of activating. Maybe it's time I get off this cleanse. I would follow intuition. Babette, isn't that what you did?
Yeah, and then on the 7th and 8th day, I was like, okay, I'm kind of feeling tired of this. We went a total of, it was more like 11 days fully, and then I just started. You remember when I was at your house, when we were talking, I was talking about coming off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah.
But I don't like to set the time. I hate setting a time. I just listen to my body, and when I'm ready,
you're in an opportunity to mono eat fruit, maybe things like that. You can keep the cleansing going even when you
keep it going. Definitely.
So it's a life practice.
It really is.
It's that's what I want to say about that.
And I just really, before we answer this person, I just really want to say to everybody out there, it's like, I'm just so happy that I learned about this. That's the thing that I have to put out there. It's just changed my whole human experience. Juicing.
Nobody ever said, I'm sorry that I started juicing. No one ever says that.
Nobody ever says that. You're so happy you started.
And yes, Healthy Days. Yes, you did hear that you can get certified. The link is in there. It's Juice Guru.
Love Chef Babette.
Love Chef Babette.
Love Chef B.
LoveChefB.com. And then you can get the certification on her site.
Yeah, that'll take you not to the brochure, which you can get on our website. That'll take you right to the open house where I show you exactly what this is. And we have a special offer there, and that's in honor of Chef B, who actually became one of the educators in the program to teach you about motivation, how into your 80s, 90s, and over 100 you can feel and look your best.
And you know what? That's one of the main reasons that I really wanted you guys to come back on today to speak. The older I get, of course, I have friends that are my age and older, and I know that for them, what they need more than anything is a diet of juicing. I know that it would just make such a difference in their whole experience, especially getting older in life.
Well, we are down to almost 7 o'clock.
Is it almost time?
It's almost 7.
Oh,
I know. We got a couple of more questions. How can juicing assist with bodybuilding?
Don't hurt me.
The whole lifestyle. We're talking about cutting the fat, getting more ripped, using the green juices to build that body, but bringing the cleansing in, getting rid of some of that body fat. Babette, show what you got going on. She looks even more cut after this cleanse than she did before.
Yeah, even more.
So she just did a cleanse. It cut her up even more. And then the green juices, she's using.
And I worked out on the cleanse. I work out on my cleanse. I don't. I'm not all weenie like I'm cleansing. I can't do nothing. No. I have more energy.
That's the weenie look.
Yeah. I have more energy when I'm not.
I know you like to supplement too with a little bit of the E3 Live for the added protein, chlorophyll, spirulina.
There you go.
Spirulina, chlorina.
Chlorella.
But that helps with bodybuilding. You might want to bring in some E3 Live along with it.
Yeah.
So what about, Paula Franklin says, what about bugs on the leafy greens if you look through a magnifying glass?
I don't be tripping. I guess I'm eating some bugs.
But we would suggest that this is how you prep all of your fruits and vegetables when you're going to juice them, is to soak them in water with like a half a cup of apple cider vinegar, squeeze in some lemon juice. That's going to clean everything.
Antimicrobial, antibacterial. It cleans all that bacteria off the produce. We soak it in there. We'll rinse it. We'll put it through a salad spinner, and then we just juice it right away. So we do the best we can to make the produce as clean as possible.
Yep.
Wow.
So what are you doing about those bugs when you eating them greens?
Well, probably breathing in bugs right now too.
I don't know.
But my point is, it's like we eat tiny little creatures all the time.
That's
We're
what you just
constantly,
said,
if they're
yeah.
in the air, we're constantly.
Exactly.
So, I mean, what's the difference in you cooking your vegetables and eating them little bugs? How are you getting those little bugs
You're
off of
eating
your
those little
cooked
bugs
vegetables?
when
Oh,
you're
so now
sick.
you just cook them. You just cook them and eat them instead of just juicing them and eating them.
You
So
cook
it's
it and eat it, but you're going from fork to mouth. You're opening your mouth and some little bugs are getting in. I mean, we do the
so silly, Steve.
This is filled with bugs.
Through a straw, so we're getting less of those little bugs.
Well,
By the way,
yeah.
I will say in 26 years, I've never had that question.
No.
I know. Well, you never know. Somebody's concerned with bugs.
Anyway.
So we're going winding down. We're at our 7 o'clock hour. What do you want to share, or anything you want to share with the people? Or we know
More
about
concerned about the bugs in my intestine. I just
Shut up, Steve. He's so silly.
That's
No, what do we want to say in closing?
Huh? Yeah, if there's anything you want to share, anything you want to say, anything you got to.
It's getting sicker. There is a way to naturally boost your immunity. People are waking up to that, and we're helping to do that. Where if you can help too, and you can build something for yourself. Get yourself healthy, build yourself something of your very own, and help to get the world more healthy by getting certified as a juice therapist and spreading the word.
We like the idea of not being tied to the economic system of, an establishment that might go out of business with all these changes. So the idea is empowering yourself with something, building a legacy, making a difference, helping people, contributing. When you get to the point, like we're contributing to Why Hunger, why not you? Why not build something and make a difference? It's about making a difference, serving other people, living your passion, and living your best life. That's what we're about here.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for joining
you
us.
so much.
And guys, remember, look in the feed. I put it in there several times where you can reach them. If you want to be certified, make sure you check it out because, why not?
Why
We're
not?
a very hands-on program. It's like a family. You become part of it. Wouldn't you say?
Yep, just like we are.
And Julie and Steve are two of the nicest human beings I know. I love them both. They are my family, and you guys will love them.
She's nice. I'm just the guy.
No, he's nice. That's the only reason she's with him, because he's nice.
Well, thank you so much for being our guest, and we guys see you next time. And guys, make sure you go to their website and sign up. Thank you, Steve and Julie. I wasn't
Thank you, Babette Terrah.
ready last year.
Love you.
Some Dalam said, thank you, Steve and Julie. I wasn't ready last year to become certified, but now I'm ready now. Talk to you soon. Okay. All righty. Bye-bye, everyone. And bye, our guests. See you next week.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye-bye. Okay, can I tell you how tired I am?
I'm tired too.
Ooh.